Hello and welcome to the 7th leg of the TRM SGI Premier Series. We're here today at the National Balmoral Championships. Peter Smith currently tops the leaderboard on 36 points, followed by Eddie Maloney on 25, and in third position we have Jared O'Neill on 22. Today's class looks like it's going to be a good one, with some of Ireland's top riders featuring on the start list. We look forward to a great competition. I'm now joined by Dermot Lennon and Misha. What do you think of your chances in today's course?
We just haven't walked the course yet, but Gillette's been jumping well, so we'll see how we get on when we get in there.
How did the qualifier go on Tuesday?
Quite good. I had one down in the qualification, but I was quite happy. She jumped well.
You had a great win in Aachen in the accumulator on the Saturday?
Yes, I was very lucky. I won 2 classes in Aachen, and Hallmark Elite jumped really good on Saturday. And it's nice to win everywhere, but Aachen is particularly good.
Do you have any more plans for international trips?
Well, we have Dublin coming up in 2 weeks, so we get that over, and then hopefully we do a few more shows before the outdoor season finishes.
I'm now joined by Francis Connors and Heracross. Francis, you have 3 horses in today's class. What do you think are your chances?
Well, they all jumped well in the qualifier, so I'd be hopeful that with a bit of luck they can go well again today. This fella had a good clear round on Tuesday, so if we can do anything like the same, we might be in the money.
How has the show been going for you so far?
Well, actually, I haven't done any of the other classes really. I just came up for the Grand Prix on Tuesday and again today. There's a lot of shows on at the moment, and trying to fit in everything isn't easy.
You're going very well on the national circuit at the moment.
Yeah, all the horses are jumping really well, and we've been touching there without winning, but we're lucky enough to win last Sunday in Newcastle West, so we're up there with the leaders in the National League, and hopefully we'll get a few points in the Premier to move up that league today.
You have a very strong team of horses. You must be kept busy.
Very busy, yeah. Lucky enough, it's not easy to have them, and lucky enough to have some great owners that have that own the horses that I have, and great to be able to be in all these classes.
And what's your plan for the rest of the season?
We'll hopefully do Dublin, and then we'll see how things are going. Finish off the National League, and we'll see after that. We'll see what kind of form they're in then. See what.
Eddie, you have 2 horses in today's class. What do you think are your chances?
Well, McCushlar has been going well. She's been placed in the last 2, fastest time both days. And then my other horse, Tenara Sultan, he's an 8-year-old. It's quite a step up for him. He hasn't jumped at this level before, so if he jumps around quite well, I'll be happy. And hopefully get some points.
He's been going very well for you in some other classes abroad as well.
Yeah, he was. He had 2 seconds in 140 internationals in Portugal and a 4th as well, so he's very competitive at 140. So this is new for him, so if he jumps around, I'll be happy.
You've been going very consistently well in the Premier Series so far. Are you happy with your progress?
I'm happy with my progress. I suppose just this week is a bit the fact I didn't get to bring Chatsworth down here because he had a mild colic at the weekend, and he'll do Tattersalls, but it's been going very well, and hopefully I can still be thereabouts after this weekend.
Are you planning to go to Tattersalls this weekend?
Yeah, I'll go to Tattersalls. I'll just play it by ear after today. I haven't declared, and see, because Dublin is coming up, and I might just give McCushla this weekend off, we'll see. So we'll definitely jump Chatsworth down there.
I'm now here with Kirsty Chambers. What do you think of your chances in today's class?
Well, it is a local show for me today, so got a lot of people coming to watch, so I'm just going and do my best. It's only my 3rd Premier at the minute, so it's go in and do my best, and if it works out, brilliant. And
you're in the placings in Omagh, so you must be confident after that.
Yeah, no, it was nice. That was my last show on him, so that was a nice ending, and I hope it all goes the same way for that. So it's a nice big arena, the same as Omagh, so fingers crossed.
And how did the qualifier go for you on Tuesday?
The qualifier went alright, yeah, but a bit more pressure on in there today, but at least you get the full size of the arena. So.
Ronald, you're riding today's class. Would you like to tell us a little about the horse?
Ronald is a 13-year-old Dutch bred gelding. He's by a horse called Julius. I actually ride him for people who don't live too far from here, so they're here watching with their fan crowd. So yeah, he's a Big horse. It makes the jumps look smaller whenever you're sitting that high.
I'm now here with Marina Voss, today's international course builder. What's the plan for today's track?
Yeah, for today's track, it's we try to make a proper 150. And the quality is here. We had a qualification on Tuesday and of Tuesday. We had a qualification, and that looks good. Just we have something to do now for the boys.
Is there any particular line that you think will cause a problem?
Yeah, in the Grand Prix we try to make the Grand Prix so that's only one of two single fences. That is easy, but the other fences stay in connection, thus in distance with and then the rider have to decide with distance who they ride. They make 5 or 6 strikes, but you can see it when the line, the difficult line is the 3, 40, B and 5. That is, we started with a triple bar, and we can riding 6 or 5 strikes to double vertical with a long distance between is 12 meters, and after that is 5 and 6 what the riders like to do. But when they have good control about the horses, then they can jump the oxen perfect. Otherwise, you have maybe some problems. But
have you left a lot of decision to the rider today, how they will approach the track?
Yeah, I hope so. But we have to see how they react up the track. Yeah.
Will the time be a deciding factor?
Normally, it's the time is a deciding factor, and that is good. While the good rider with a good horse can ride quickly, and then the rider with a not so good horse, they need more time to go to the fences and collect them better. Yep.
35 very competitive combinations have made it through from the qualifier. How many do you think will make it through to the jump off?
I hope 6 or 7, that is enough for me, but it's not so simple. We had in qualification, what I say, and there wasn't time involved, so there was a speed class. You cannot see exactly what quality you have. But we do something, or do not something, but in case of that, we make it that high what we do now.
You've built all over the world. What's your opinion of the Irish horse and rider?
No, you have good riders. I think very good and handy riders. That is, you can ride it with every horse, and that is. But they do it as a country and island. They do it very well in the big sport, and that's good. And they do it also well in the pony sport. What me surprised that you have a lot of good riders to coming. That is a good thing.
Have you altered your course building today for the Irish rider, or kept it the same as usual?
Pardon?
Have you changed how you build usually, or the same as always?
Yeah. That is not a different. You look to the riders and you see what the riders can do, and then you build about that, and that's I was for 3-4 months in Australia, and that is the competitors not so not so good, and you build simpler tracks. But when you stay in Europe, you have to build a little bit more difficult tracks, and that's and there's a lot of money in this class. That is.
Are you going to build up to height today?
150. That is, I guess that is enough for this competition. Yeah.
What's your opinion of today's track?
He's given us, I think, plenty, with the big rings, we've plenty of space, but there's a couple of maybe half distances, 4 to 5, and also 7 to 8, and there's a couple of right angle dog legs on them, which will make it, make maybe difficult lines. It just depends really on the time allowed, how difficult it's going to be.
Is there any particular line you think will cause a problem for you?
I've only kind of walked it once there, and you have to think about it now. Maybe this line 3, 4 AB and 5 is going to be tough enough, with the double of verticals, and then it's either a long 5 or a short 6 to the oxer, so just to make a decision there.
What do you think are your chances with your horse?
He jumped well. He was 6th in the qualifier, so I'd be hopeful enough today, and he's been very consistent so far this year, so hopefully he jumps clear.
Can you talk us through today's track?
Well, it's great for once that we get such a good big arena. There are plenty of questions throughout the track. I think the obvious one is a triple bar, which early on fenced 3 to 4, the double of verticals, which will prove, I think, quite influential. And the distances are all quite even, so they are. but we've found with the courses all week that you've really got to be on the move to keep the time allowed, and especially for me, my horse is still a bit big and slow in the air, so I'll just have to watch where I go that I don't go too wide. And I think the last line, the combination, it's probably the tallest vertical on the course, so I think a clear will go a long way today.
Joan, what lines stand out to you will cause a problem today?
For me personally, treble bar to double verticals, my mare gets a bit onward going, so I have to just make sure keep her short because it's quite short inside. So
what do you think of the course overall?
Oh, it's lovely. It's great to have a different course builder, you know, different ideas, makes us ride different lines, different speeds, everything. So the ground is fantastic.
Will you tell us a little about the horse you have in today's class?
She's a 10-year-old. She's quite a fiery chestnut mare. She's a lot of scope and sometimes hard to control it, but she's very careful and likes to jump.
Do you think Manny will make a treat to the jump off?
I expect so. You have a very good start list here, some very good riders in it that I think you'll have, I would expect 8 to 10.
And what do you think of your own chances?
Sure, you're always hopeful.
Well, very best of luck today. I'm now here with Paddy O'Donnell. Paddy, you have 2 horses in today's class. What do you think of your chances?
I don't know. It's a big step up for Warren's Grove Courage. She was 7th in Benno last week. She was double clear in the National League. She was clear the other day in the Premier, in the qualifier. It's her first Premier, so it's a big track for her. And Prince as well, sure, hopefully she'll go clear. And that's about it with her.
And your last year up north, you went very successful in Oma?
Yeah, she won in Oma. That was her last outing before here. And yeah, she was 2nd the other day in the qualifier here, so hopefully she can repeat it again today.
And what do you think of today's track?
It's unusual kind of course in the respect that some of the distances are very tight, but it's not over big. It gets a little bigger, it gets progressive as we go along. Middle part of the combination is probably the tallest fence in it as a vertical, and yeah.
Do you think there's anywhere in particular you'll have to pay close attention to with your own horses?
Let's try and leave all the jumps up, but everywhere. But this line here, there's sun behind us here, vertical to the Oxford down the line. It's a 6 or a 7, it's probably 7, and then it's a very quiet 6 to number 8, which is a Liverpool underneath it, and the water trail's at the far side of it, so hopefully that horse will back up and lead the top pole in this place.
Clem, you have your very talented 7-year-old stallion Pacino in today's class. What do you think of your chances?
Yeah, here he's only 7, so we won't be definitely looking for the win, but you know, just it's really education for him. He was very good in Cork last week. He was double clear and he jumped clear here in the pre-qualifier. So the horse in good form, and it's really just to sort of get experience into him for the big ring. He jumps the 7 and 8-year-old international class in Dublin, so this was ideal to come here.
Will you talk us through today's track?
Yeah, the course is it's not huge now, so it's not, but it's very light and careful, and distances are all quite short, so they are. So you need sort of control over them. I think you'll have to go the one extra stride from the Oxford down, or from the triple bar down to the double of verticals. But you know, I think it's a good enough line, so maybe there could be enough clears.
How many do you think will make a treat to the jump off?
I think you'll see 8 or so into it. You know, Paddy O'Donnell has been going very good. Edward Doyle, Conor Swales here. You know, so there's plenty of good guys to jump clears.
I'm now here with one of Ireland's very best, Conor Swale. Conor, what do you think of today's track?
Today the track is very nice now. It'll probably cause enough problems because it's quite twisty and it's a big arena, so your horse can get a little long and maybe a little bit on his forehand, so there might be some mistakes.
Balmoral has also always been very successful for you. What do you think of your chances today?
Hopefully now I have 2 nice horses in it today, so I would be confident enough hopefully that I'll get something, but you never know. Hopefully I'll get something though.
You've been away in France and Italy and going very well. Would you like to tell us a little about your time abroad?
Yeah, I've been away a lot this year actually, and I have a couple of new horses and they're going extremely well. My Grand Prix successes in the international scene have been good so far, so you know, it's been a good season for me.